Hello, my name is Nhett. That's Nhettt. I'm a freshman at NYU studying film and television. Well, next year, I'm gonna be a sophomore. This is a part of a series that I plan to do where I make like a reflection video at the end of every semester to help anyone who's trying to go to NYU or just wants to learn about college in general. This is not my dorm, I am back home. I strongly suggest you check out my video that I made for reflecting on the fall semester. This video is going to be pretty similar in structure, though I'm going to talk about some slightly different topics that just make more sense once you've done a whole year of college. Yeah, let's just get into it. First, we're going to start with scheduling classes. My spring schedule was pretty solid, like my schedule for last semester, spring semester. If I had to change anything, I would change the classes that I put back to back in a sense. Like for example, NYU film majors are required to take a class called the language of film that ends around 10 o'clock at night, and that was like only on Wednesdays. There was no other day we were allowed to take it. And we're also required to take 6-hour production classes, so either frame and sequence, first person narrative, or intro to animations. Yeah, I took frame and sequence. I put frame and sequence, I'm gonna emphasize again, a 6-hour long class the day after the language of film, which ends at 10 at night. That was not my greatest idea. That was not my greatest decision at all. If you're going to have a nighttime class, try not to schedule any early morning classes out like the day after. I shouldn't have to say that. It's a long story. There's a lot of weird things about the film schedule and film classes. Yeah, I would have changed that. And my recitation for the language of film was Fridays at 9:30. I learned first semester that 9:30 classes are just not for me, like 9:30 a.m. Even though I had to wake up and go to high school way, 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 way earlier. But for some reason now in college, 9:30 is just too early. So if I have to take a 9 o'clock class, I think I should only do it when I absolutely have to. And I kind of wish I put that class somewhere else. With that, I say be careful with early morning classes and nighttime classes. But for the most part, I'd say making that schedule wasn't all that terrible. Making my schedule for next semester, my next fall semester, was doo doo. Like, it was so difficult. It gave me such a big, like, it stressed me out so much. You can check out my video on the most important week of my freshman year. In that video, I talk about how much went wrong when scheduling my semester for next semester. So when making my schedule for next semester, I learned very, very quickly that your main choices are just not guaranteed at all. Like, I made a bunch of black. I made a bunch of backup plans. So many backup plans. I make my schedules on Canva, so it's quicker for me to visualize it. So I have it mapped out right in front of me, and so I can quickly duplicate and make backup plans. All of my backup plans they just didn't work. The worst case scenario essentially happened immediately, but things got better later on. So you gotta remember, like, your main choices are not guaranteed at all, and also don't feel like you have to plan out your entire 4 years in one go. I am a planner. I like the feeling of being prepared. The problem is I also like the feeling of false preparedness and that false sense of security that comes with thinking you're prepared. So when making my sophomore year schedule, I was like also trying to make my junior year schedule and my senior year schedule. Like, they were all planned out in my notes app, like the exact amount of credits, the exact classes, the gen eds, the electives, everything. And that was not great. That was not a good idea. It stressed me out a lot. Yes, it's important to have like an idea of classes that you want to take in the future years. But at the end of the day, like sometimes you just gotta go one semester at a time, like or 1 year at a time at most. Like don't feel like one class is going to completely ruin your schedule for the following years, because a lot of times it won't. Okay, on to my film classes very quickly. Next semester, I really look forward to taking a lot of classes. I look forward to taking all my classes next semester. Like, sophomore year is just so big. You have to take Sight and Sound. You can either take Sight and Sound Studio, documentary, or filmmaking. I believe I've said that before. I've definitely heard a lot of people say, like, Sight and Sound Studio has been their favorite class that they've taken at NYU. So I'm so excited for that. I'm taking a class called the Black Image in Cinema. That's essentially like black people in cinema and in history. And I'm so excited to take that. Like, it's not every day I express my excitement like this. Like, I have, like, the very first time I saw that class, I knew I had to take it eventually. And here we are. I'm taking it next semester. Very much looking forward to that. Planning to take a creative writing class. I'm really excited for several classes to go towards my minors. As I have said before, I'm planning to do a double minor in creative writing and business and entertainment, media and technology. I'm working towards that a lot in sophomore year because we are not allowed to declare a minor until sophomore year. So I'm very excited for that. For film classes, last year when it came to like the workload and the projects, art and practice was like nothing. Almost outside of class. Was barely any work outside of class. The language of film was barely any work outside of class. Even my gen ed, which was a class on child and adolescent mental studies, even that like wasn't like an insane amount of work outside of class. It was my advanced writing and research class and frame and sequence that really kicked us in the butt. Like, you absolutely cannot procrastinate for any of your core production classes as a film major. Like, genuinely, sound, image, intro to animation, first person narrative, frame and sequence. I'm begging you, do not procrastinate for those classes. You will regret it so much. So much. And advanced writing and research, film shooting, writing, film shooting, writing, film shooting, writing, film editing, writing, film editing, writing, film editing. That is your your freshman year to some extent. And you just gotta stay on top of it and communicate with your professors, and I don't know. Okay, so I just realized there was a glare, like a purple glare in my glasses. Sorry about that. I tried to get rid of it. Okay, next, studying and staying locked in throughout the whole year. There are several things that can happen between fall semester and spring semester. You could start off fall semester really strong and then sort of fall off in spring semester. You could start off fall semester kind of poorly and then improve a lot spring semester, so like the opposite. You can do equally as well or equally as poorly between fall and spring. What happened to me was kind of a mix. In terms of grades, like final grades, I got exactly the same. Fall semester and spring semester, but I just didn't really feel as locked in spring semester, mostly because of my punctuality and my communication with professors. Fall semester, I was going to all my classes on time, submitting my stuff on time, communicating with my professors all the time through email or in person. And I was just on top of that. Spring semester, and it's not even just me, just like in general, just a lot of people start to get a little lazy. Like fall semester, you start to notice like ways you could work around stuff or find like shortcuts around certain things. Yeah, and for me, I just started getting a lot more like late to stuff in my spring semester. I try to be pretty compassionate with myself about it because a lot of it was due to health issues, very directly tied to health issues. But at least in my fall semester, I was like honest with my professors about it and consistently communicated with them about it. Spring semester, I definitely can't say I did that as much. So To that, I say if you catch yourself between semesters or anywhere in the semester, sort of falling off track, hold yourself accountable. Apologize for being late, apologize for submitting things late, or ask for extensions early on. And just make an intentional effort to improve and communicate any issues with your professor. You don't have to tell them everything about like health issues or family issues or anything like that. But if things are going to impact your like test grades or your participation or your punctuality, then you gotta let your professors know because they're human. Like a lot of my professors were so sweet and kind and just like real. So a lot of them really are understanding about those type of things. Be honest with them. And even outside of that, like you see yourself sort of falling off or getting a little lazy with it, try to find like a new study spot. I realized this year that studying in the dorm is just not it. Like in my dorm room, it just didn't really work out for me very much. Even like at my desk, I just caught myself falling asleep a lot. So I checked out a lot of new places and they definitely helped. And also reevaluate your commitments. You may see that you're trying to participate in more events, join more clubs, go to more parties, whatever. But if they start to impact your academics, then you need to ask yourself like, do I have to go to all of these events? Am I needed at all of these events? Like, is there times I can go maybe every other week instead of every week? Like those type of things. If there's room to make changes, then definitely consider doing so if they are interfering with your academics. Next is making and maintaining friendships throughout the year. You don't have to make all your friends in fall semester. It is very much possible to make some pretty good friends in the spring too. And I'd say it's pretty similar to making friends in the fall, like going to club events, collaborating with others in class, things like that. I personally think it's never too late to join a club or start talking to someone in class as long as you like do it right and honestly. Yeah. And if you do make friends in the fall, there are times where you might start drifting apart. Life happens, things happen, and you might not have classes again in the spring. So to that I say like a text goes a long way, like a really long way, especially if it leads to a meetup because those meetups can then become more consistent. You can go get a coffee together, go to a dining hall together, go to an event together, whatever. If it's a group of people, like a group chat, it'd definitely be more difficult to get everyone to come together. But even if it's just a few people that are available, you can still meet up if everyone's okay with that. Or call, or just continue texting consistently. Last but not least, navigating campus. I believe you should try your best to explore new places every single semester. I can't speak for every college campus, but NYU has so many buildings with so many resources and so many different study spots. Like first semester, I spent so much time in Kimmel, in Bobst, in the Tisch building, but in the spring, like I found even more like resources and places to study that I didn't know about before. And also in the spring, something I'm pretty proud of myself for doing is I checked out some more outdoor places to do some work as well. Courtyards, parks, some dorms even have their own courtyards. So yeah, working outdoors can be really refreshing. Obviously, it depends on the season and where you're from. New York can get really cold. So when it comes to working outdoors, I'd say early fall semester and like mid to late spring semester are pretty good times to study outdoors. And then also related to navigating campus, many upperclassmen dorms are like notably farther from the main campus, so try to check out different trains, different buses, different ways to walk, or even like bike to class or skateboard. I see people skateboarding to class. That's kind of tough. In my residence hall this year to Tisch, like so many people took different ways there. It's like a 6-minute walk, but so many people, there were so many different ways you could go, and I love that. Check out that in the summer if you can, and early in the semester. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. This summer I'm trying to change up the video types a little bit. I'm gonna do more of these talking type videos because, like, obviously there's no class, at least for me there's not, so it won't be as many like study vlogs or anything like that. So I'm hoping to do more of these type of videos where I just give as much advice as I can as someone who knows New York and has learned quite a lot about NYU, I think. So yeah, and I'm hoping to make a lot more videos on just like college in general, not just like NYU specific stuff. Hopefully people in like high school or people not going to NYU can find these videos helpful. Yeah, that's all I got. Check out my last videos and stuff. Yep. Yep. Peace. Bye. Ah. Ah.